Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the Rocktol Gen-R multi-tool. The Gen-R is the latest iteration from Rocktol. Rocktol entered the scene earlier this year, had released a couple different multi-tools. One being this guy here, the 19-in-1. 19-in-1 featured a nylon sheath that's pretty close to what we see from Leatherman. Good quality, nice snap. Ironically, even has the same type of emblem on the front of the sheath that our big company uses. The multi-tool, as far as how it fared and how well it did, it got ate up by the community. Everybody absolutely loved what Rocktol was doing. Rocktol's able to do what it's doing simply because the patent on the wave had run out, and that kind of opened the market for anybody to create a wave clone if they chose to do so. Not have to worry about any backlash from the big guys at Leatherman. Then I featured, on top of the 19 implements, some things that are noteworthy is the titanium coating on the handles. It featured everything that we're kind of used to on the Leatherman with some changes because, you know, it's not Leatherman making it here. Featured scissors that are very similar to what's on the Wave series. Flat driver, a mini driver similar to the old Wave, not necessarily the new Wave series. The can opener, including the wire stripper notch, although theirs is more U-shaped as opposed to V-shaped. The plier head is the older style plier head that has the regular cast cutout in the plier head. Everything else is very wave like. Diamond coated file, which isn't too bad. The file works pretty good. It's not going to be the same quality as what Leatherman gives us. I feel the plating maybe it's not quite as good. It's not quite as aggressive as Leatherman's is. Instead of using the Leatherman's proprietary type of flat bit system, they just use a dumb-leaded bit with a detent ball. They could also accept a regular quarter inch style bit in there. The tool, just like a regular wave, has the outside opening implements with the saw on the other side. So this tool did really well for Rocktol. They really knocked it out the park along with their Surge clone and the other half a tool type of thing here, which I thought was ironic because a bunch of guys on our forum had created a half a tool before, and it allowed some creative license to take what other people have done before and recreate it for sale. So coming off of this tool, which did a lot for them, a lot of getting them off the ground and getting them started, then came in their Gen-R. So the Gen-R features same type of sheath, but as you can see, it's thicker, same quality. The reason it's thicker is because the company is hiding a little bit kit, similar to how Leatherman uses, but instead of a bit card like Leatherman has, they've got 3 double-ended bits. This little plastic holder. My chief complaint is getting them out. It's not as easy as Leatherman. It takes some doing to get them out. But having the ability to have a few little extra bits that are unique to this tool compared to, say, a Leatherman. It's nice to have the additional ones with you. Somebody who's completely foreign to Leatherman may have some of these hanging around. I personally don't. I don't have any screwdrivers or anything that use this type of double-ended system, so having a few extra, especially for screwdriver sizes that I don't run into normally, it was a nice addition. I will say that I don't like the storage with this new sheath, because in order to get the tool in there, I feel like it's a tight fit sometimes. If this is on your belt and you're trying to get the tool in and out with the way this big kit, or whatever we want to call it, is sitting at, I almost have to use the elastic to pull the front of the sheath forward in order to get the tool in. And I just think the way it bulges out for that little bit of space is kind of awkward. But then again, maybe I'm just so used to Leatherman's flat bit card system that, you know, I'm biased. As far as the tool goes, and some differences, I've been using the tool for a little bit. It's got some pluses, got some minuses. We'll kind of go over them, what makes the two tools different, what's good, what's bad. They went with a more solid approach instead of the little unique stylistic cutouts, which I like. Although the way it's shaped reminds me a lot of a Free Series multi-tool. Still titanium coated. Did they put the nice little Gen-R on it? I don't know what the R is supposed to be representing, maybe Revolution. The biggest difference from the outside multi-tool on this multi-tool is they added a pocket clip. I'm kind of funny about pocket clips. I like them pocket clips to be on the right hand side of the tool, so whenever it's sitting in my pocket, the clip is riding along the seam, the inside of my pocket. This here is currently set up for more of a left-handed person, but then that doesn't make sense because the blade are in the wrong configuration, which is a little sidetrack here. That's the same issue I have with this tool. It's a nice tool, the half tool, but the knife blade is on the same side as the pocket clip, when in reality it should be on that side where the scissors are at. There's a few little issues that Rocktol's working out. I guess some guys on this side of the world just look at things a little bit differently, but that's how they continue to improve their product, by customer feedback. The clip and the diamond file that is on the original is now set up for a pair of surge type scissors. People have been wanting a pair of surge type scissors on a Leatherman wave for a while. Some modders in our community have taken scissors from the Wingman and put them on the wave to give them that kind of thing. So it's nice that a manufacturer has tried to replicate that in this tool. Scissors are great. Scissors work really good. My only complaint is the area where your thumb pushes down on to actuate the scissors is there's not a whole lot of material there, so it kind of bites in your thumb a little bit when cutting some heavy-duty material like paracord and whatnot. It's a little, it'll cut through it cleanly, it'll cut paper cleanly, just a little bit of pain from that. A bit of a really flat surface to run that off of. As far as quality goes, now that I'm looking at some things here to kind of mention, even with the old model here, Leatherman on their waves, I understand that the outside of the scale on Leatherman's wave series serves as a stop for the lock bar as well as the outside of the handle. So often when a blade would be opened up all the way, the lock itself would sometimes land about the middle of the blade tang to help secure the lock. With both this generation and Gen-R, the lock goes all the way to the outside. Yes, it is still still contacting the blade tang, but it's maxing out because it's not tuned. It's not set up, you know, make sure this is really a good lockup. So it's locked, it's secure, but it's not as precision as something that Leatherman is developing. The other differences from the outside would be the main blade is VG10, which is kind of their version of 440C, roughly, as where the previous model was probably more of a 420. So a little bit upgraded steel. Don't know if there's some... yeah, some slight differences in blade shape too. Looks like they went from a clip point to a modified sheep's foot, which is nice. But I feel it's just kind of a weird thing to do when they took the sheep's foot blade and they turned it into a the rescue hook style sheep's foot that is on the Charge series. But only the main blade I think is VG10. I think this one is still the 420 steel. Both blades perform fine. They perform similar to what that type of steel would perform. Nothing to write home about, but good. The scissors don't want to sit flushly in the scale. That's probably just something to do with their detents not sitting it right. The other difference, they decided to go from the regular wire cutters to removable wire cutters. Removable wire cutters are kind of a mixed bag for a lot of folks. They like the ability to, if their wire cutters get damaged, to be able to replace them rather than sending the tool in for warranty. But it also, because of the milling and to make a spot for the cutters, can weaken the structure of the plier head, and sometimes the plier jaw will snap because of that weakened surface area. They had also mentioned when I spoke with people at Rocktol that they had also made some improvements to the plier head. It's a little more beefy, a little more like the newer Wave series. They also said casting is better on the new model too. So anybody that may have had any snapping of heads should possibly be resolved in the new one. Kind of hard to see. They've definitely made some differences, haven't they? But all good. I mean, I definitely like the changes that they've made. And whenever they put the scissors on the outside, they have decided to do a few other things. Pardon me if I'm looking back for reference here. They decided to add an awl. They added a mini driver, which is cool. Exactly like how Leatherman does it too. So I think if they can do this, then they can do the Leatherman flat driver on that side. But what I just think is funny is what they did to said file is they ended up incorporating a tiny file. Maybe they found from their customer feedback that a lot of customers were not using the file. Maybe it was the least used tool, so they decided to go for a smaller version, which we'll see. If I'm not needing a really big file and this suffices, then I guess their homework was founded, you know, customer feedback. So there we go. We have the original Rocktol 19-in-1 and the Gen-R. Gen-R is not even a year later. The people at Rocktol are really pushing forward, really trying to innovate and make a name for themselves in the multi-tool space out there. I don't think Leatherman has to worry. I don't think they're trying to come after Leatherman. They're trying to carve out their own little notch in the multi-tool world. So you guys go. New Rocktol Gen-R. If you guys have any questions about the tool, let me know. Any other questions or comments, just hit me up in the comment section below. Thank you guys.